When he finally saw his psychiatrist after the trip to Paris, the doctor, Dr. Gold, asked him many questions about his symptoms, but William really could not describe the way he was feeling adequately to the doctor. So Dr. Gold first prescribed him luteolin, but discontinued it after the drug had a negative effect on his body. Textbooks say that this type of drug belongs in the second generation antidepressants because they increase serotonin activity and they don't affect norepinephrine or other neurotransmitters. As William's visits increased, he soon took an understanding to his problems. He learned that loss in a person's life is an underlying feature of depression. He was soon experiencing all forms of loss, stretching from a form in childhood to self-esteem or self-reliance. At this stage, his depression was making his mornings even bad. He would wander about like he was sleepwalking. Even though Dr. Gold was prescribing him different drugs, it never seemed to take effect fast enough for his liking. He started to take a journal down and just wrote how his mind was feeling and what state he was in, if he ever went through an episode. And he came to know that the day that he felt like he needed to destroy the journal was the day that he was going to destroy himself as well. Well, that day came in December, and it stretched on a while though because knowing that William was an author, he seemed that he needed to make his suicide note just right, and it took him a long time to get it just right, but luckily he had one last shot of sanity, and he got Rose and they left for the hospital straight away. When he was in the hospital, he found it to be like a sanctuary. It really calmed all of his worries, and he believed that what really healed him was the seclusion and the time. When he arrived at the hospital, the doctors believed that he was in such a worse state that he would have been a candidate for electroconvulsive therapy. ECT is a shock therapy and can provide relief for people with severe depression who have not been able to feel better with other treatments. Just like everyone else, William wanted to avoid this and was lucky because he was actually getting steadily better. There was many distractions at the hospital that got him through the day, like group therapy, where he would be in a group and they would just talk about their feelings and everything, but he really didn't like group therapy because the leader just didn't have much compassion for the attendees, and it just made it feel just so hard to be there. In art therapy, it was somewhat the same, but he could see the progression of his disorder to getting better because he would do projects each time, and in the beginning he would make projects that would depict his depression, like dark and gloomy objects, and but now as he was getting closer to getting back to a good mental health state, he could see that his projects were becoming happier, and it was really showing how his mind was coming back to a normal state of working, I guess. Throughout literature, authors never seem to convey the dilemma of depression to its fullest content. William quotes Dante's lines of the darkness that he was having to come. In the middle of the journey of our life, I found myself in a dark wood, for I had lost the right path. Depression seems like a lost cause to its beholder, but in some way, shape, or form, this disorder is conquerable. It is not so different from the poet's climb out of hell. Sufferers can feel serenity and joy again, just like other people. As Styron quotes Dante, and so we came forth, and once again beheld the stars.